And there's now relief for would-be patients at the Jirapa District Hospital, particularly the St. Joseph's Hospital, because the facility now has an ambulance. Hitherto, people who needed medical care at the hospital would have to be transported on a motorbike or less, a tricycle. And sometimes they got to the facility with their conditions getting worsened due to the long hours they had to sit on the tricycles or motorbikes on many more deplorable roads leading to the facility. However, all that would end following the donation of an ambulance worth some 89,000 Ghana cedis to the hospital by the NDC parliamentary candidate for Jirapa constituency, Dr. Francis Bawana Dakura. Rafiq Salam report from Jirapa.
Most hospitals in the Upper West region are without an ambulance. The National Ambulance Service, which has ambulances stationed in some few districts, is not effective because most of the ambulances are dysfunctional. They largely depend on the benevolence of community members who have vehicles or hire tricycles to bring patients to their facilities. The St. Joseph Hospital at Accra is no exception. Currently, they have no ambulance at the hospital. The newest ambulance at the facility is 25 years old but has been dysfunctional for several years. Seeing the troubles that the people go through whenever they need a service of an ambulance, NDC parliamentary candidate for the Graba constituency, Dr. Francis Bawana Dakura, donated an ambulance worth 89,000 Ghana cedis to the hospital. In a brief ceremony before handing over the keys to the management of the hospital, Dr. Bawana stated that politics is not about profit and loss, neither is it business, but about how duty bearers social connect with the people in solving their challenges.
There must be a social connection between you, the politician, and the people that elected you. Politics to me means that you must operate within a dimension of moral consciousness, where you have to look at where you are and look at the people that are behind you. And I know that in Jirapa here, we've got a lot of struggle, especially in rural transportation and rural access. And for me, I believe that is a social contract God has also imposed on me. I may not like it, but God has imposed that I should do some of these things. Whether I get any benefit financially or not, that is relevant. That is why I'm talking about the social connection.
Graba District Director of Health Service, Phoebe Balagunyentimi, who received the ambulance on behalf of the hospital, was full of praise for the NDC parliamentary candidate for his kind gesture.
The ambulance is meant to help the poor, rural and marginalized, especially women. I'm a woman. So I believe this ambulance is really going to serve its purpose here by moving into the communities and supporting our women to get quick access to quality health care.
Reporting for J News, Rafiq Salam.
Well, we have to turn our attention to education, and pupils of Kukum Presby Primary School in the Isunathul South District of the Bonafre region are calling for a new classroom block. Half of the school's 6-unit classroom block were destroyed years ago, forcing pupils of the school to cramp up in 3 classrooms only. Well, Joy News Nesta Kafuya Joma visited the school and report the situation is getting worse and so needs a lot more attention.
Checks reveal the Kukum Presby Primary School's block became inhabitable some 5 years ago after a rainstorm. Attempts by the school to get appropriate authorities to fix the problem have yielded no results. Pupils of the school are currently studying in the 3-classroom block, which is also dilapidating. The pupils say teaching and learning becomes very unfavorable anytime it rains as the roof leaks.
The state of our building is not good at all, so we plead to the government to come and help us so that we get a new one.
Jesse Hine of the Kukum traditional area, Nana Ochuensia, said the traditional council has on several occasions requested the district assembly to fix the problem, but to no avail.
And now, school chancellor I'm afraid we school must have in Sokra The school is in a very bad state. Anytime it is about to rain, the school has to close. As a result, teaching and learning is not effective. We are calling on government to come to our aid.
Teachers in the school declined to speak to the issue for the fear of being victimized by their authorities. Nesta Kofi Ajoma's report.
A country without a culture is like a people without an identity, and that's according to the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Elizabeth Owusu-Adjare. Ms. Elizabeth Owusu-Adjare opines that Ghana will also develop better if its citizenry patronize its culture and sell it to the rest of the world. She also believes this will rake in some foreign exchange for the country. Well, she was speaking at the launch of the National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFAC 2016.
Ghana's creative arts industry has been touted as one of the best in Africa. From movies to songs, Ghanaian artists have shown they have what it takes to sell the country. However, there have been complaints about the unavailability of a platform to sell their talents as well as the country's culture. This is a reason the Tourism and Creative Arts Ministry instituted the National Festival of Arts and Culture to showcase Ghana's rich and diverse culture. Speaking at the 2016 edition of NAFAC, Tourism Minister Elizabeth Owusu-Adjare called on Ghanaians to show patriotism and embrace made in Ghana goods.
A country without a culture is like a people without an identity. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, promised the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts that it was going to resource us to celebrate NAFAC. He has kept his word. He's giving us resources to do NAFAC. So we want everybody to come on board and enjoy the rich culture that we have in our region. Today, for those of you who are lucky to take part in the opening, you've seen the beautiful things that has been showcased. You've seen the exhibition. There will be a lot of things. The regional days, the particular regions will sell things from their region, and these are good prizes. So I encourage people to come and shop even as they enjoy the cultural display and the programs of activities line up.
Sports Minister Delanty Vanderpoel, who was also at the launch, touted government achievements in the tourism sector.
Government has made efforts towards completing some outstanding cultural infrastructure in the country. For instance, the regional cultural complexes in the Brong-Ahafo region, the Eastern, Volta, and the Western regions are now over 70 to 80% complete. We have initiated plans to complete all the ongoing regional culture center projects within the coming year. In the provision of tourism infrastructure, government has made important strides. Visitor reception facilities are being provided at various tourist sites and attractions. Prominent among these is the ultra-modern Accra Tourist Information Center, which is located close to the Flagstaff House and will be commissioned soon.
NAFAC 2016 aims at bringing together exhibitors from across the length and breadth of the country to showcase Ghana's rich culture to the rest of the world.
The second edition of Colors of Black, an initiative by Black ID Production to help create awareness of the plight of visually impaired students and also raise funds to support the Kropon School for the Blind, has been held in Accra over the weekend. Well, the event saw a fashion show with amazing display of works from some of the big names in the fashion industry.
This year's event saw another colorful display by the students of the Kropon School for the Blind. The visually impaired students catwalked, sang and danced to help imbibe the need for peace this year as the country gets ready for another elections. The event was also used to raise funds to support the activities of the school.
Also displaying some works in the field, moving gorgeously on the aisle.
Principal organizer of the event, Berma Keke Mensah, called on Corporate Ghana to come on board to support the Kropon School for the Blind.
It's better than we having just some few minutes of war, because that few minutes of war can take us really back, can take us about 10 years back. Because, you know, building is not easy, but destroying is very difficult. So we are preaching peace, and I'm doing this because we, the visually impaired, they can't see. Even we, when there is a war, we find it very difficult to run out of the country. How much more them? It will be very difficult for them, so we should think about them. And also, designers don't do much when it comes to promoting peace and other things. So I am taking a bold step to say or to organize something to promote peace before, during, and after election. Yeah.
Some of the fashion designers present explained why the School for the Blind should be supported.
Well, what I want to say is the visually impaired, they are not different from we, the so-called normal people. This is a challenge for them and for a challenge for us, just for us to have a different perception about them. Whatever we do, they can as well do it. If you don't give them the chance, the opportunity to showcase what they can do, you will never know what they are made of.
Our main concern, their roof leaking and all that, and we believe that if we're able to solve these problems, we should be able to at least take care of some of them. Some of them want to go into music, some of them want to go into film. If we're able to just get even 4 or 5 of them to be able to go into film and music.
It's a very good initiative that Ghana is experiencing, and I always say it's not about the awards. This is fashion for development, and this is what I stand for. Personally, I don't really like entertaining into so many fashion shows if it doesn't bring development. This is developmental. This is giving back to society, and that is what Chapter 1 is for. So I'm 100% all up for this. Yeah.
Organizers say this will be an annual event and are positive that with time it will help change the bad state of the Ekopon School for the Blind and subsequently the lives of disabled persons in Ghana.
And you can also support a worthy cause in a community near you. But that'll be it for the news this morning. As always, you want to get interactive, make sure that you watch live streams on our Facebook page. Just look for the page, Joy News on TV. And you can also give us a lot more of your comments on our Twitter handle, Joy News on TV. And please send us your WhatsApp message through the number 0560 800,000.